All right, so here we go. It's back to the action, y'all. And what a semifinal date we have in front of us right now. #1 team in the world, Novi Sad, matched up against the local favorites, the runners-up from last year, Team Saskatoon. These are two similarly built teams. Dusan Bullet, Dejan Majsorovic, Marko Savic, and Marko Zero, the core four of this Serbian squad. The top 3 ranked players in the world against the 9th ranked team in the world, led by the little warrior, Michael Linklater of the Cree people, and Michael Leifers, college teammate Steve Sir, the Saskatoon sniper and leading scorer from day one, and Nolan the Brute Brudel. He can do it all for you. This Saskatoon team is built not to just compete, but potentially win it all. They got all the way to the final last year and lost to Ljubljana. They have not had a lot of success against Novi Sad in the past. So they lost to Novi Sad in the Istanbul final in 2013. That was the quarterfinals of that tournament. And also Saskatoon losing in the championship game at the Tokyo final back in 2014. So Novi Sad has had their number when it's counted. It's a great opportunity. I think this is probably the best team that Saskatoon has fielded. And this will be probably the best opportunity to get past the #1 team in the world. Michael Linklater in his best physical condition of his career. He's the spoon that stirs the coffee, so to speak, for this Saskatoon team. He's a fan favorite. He's a 3x3 favorite. One of our top 10 players to watch. You better keep an eye on that man right there, because he came to play. And you know who's going to be going at his neck like a bow tie. That would be one Dusan Bullet, #3 in the world for Team Novi Sad. He's all smiles right now. But he's all business once that whistle blows, and here we go. The first semifinal here in Saskatoon, and they start off with a two-handed punch. Leapers going up to get down, and then another jab and a yammy. And he's up in Sub-Zero's face, giving him an early fatality. 2-0 Saskatoon in the first 15 seconds. The crowd is on fire as Leifers leaves his feet on Dusan, but he recovers. Oh, and Dusan gave him some FaceTime. We ain't talking about the video chat either. Steve Sir. No. The maestro. No string music, so Steve Sir is going to track it down. These two teams, I love the matchup. You got two lights-out shooters with the maestro and Steve Sir, and there's another finish on the inside from Michael Leifers, a.k.a. Maple Leaf, Mr. Bulletproof, on point like a harpoon, as he puts Novi Sad out by 1. It's 4-3. These are two teams that have been around the block. The Serbians going for their 13th Masters win. Looking to lock down a spot in the final. Good idea on the pass from Steve Sir, but it's tipped out of bounds with 8 seconds on the shot clock. As Linklater with 5, 4, 3, 2, misses it off the front of the rim. Marko Savic, him and Sub-Zero bottled up in the corner. So Dusan fouled on the drive to the cup. And that was a rare possession when you saw some bad spacing for Novi Sad. You know, all three bunched on one side of the court. You don't see that too often. They typically spread it out a little bit. And Mr. Bulletproof, good at the stripe. Dusan, considered the GOAT in 3x3. He's got the titles to prove it, fresh off of his 4th gold medal at the World Cup in the Philippines last month. Meantime, it's Steve, yes sir, excuse me. He makes his way to the bucket, the maestro. Try to answer quick with a 2, he misses, but then he fouls Steve Surf. And stays a 1-point game. Linklater trying to get it over to Leafers. Saskatoon, or Novi Sad, excuse me, qualified here to Saskatoon based on their ranking, #1 overall. They got 4 direct World Tour Master spots, also qualified to Prague, Lausanne, Debrecen, and Hyderabad in India. And Dusan Bullet told me yesterday 5 Masters for this year for them is just fine, as they're more concerned with their bodies holding up than the money available. $30,000 available for each Masters, as Dusan does his best Dirk Nowitzki impression, one-legged fadeaway. And you see the wind starting to pick up a little bit, and we'll have some, I'm told we're going to have some rain moving in here in the next half hour or so, in which case we'll have to take a brief break from the action. So we'll get to that, I guess, once the rain starts to come in, but not expecting it for at least another maybe 30 minutes or so. Linklater up to the stripe. Get a chance to shoot one. Linklater represent for the Nehiao people. Very proud heritage. A player that plays with a lot of pride, leaves it all on the court.
That's a 13 foul against Novi Sad.
Shout out Sport Court, Sheldon Sports. Our suppliers, of course. Official timekeeper Tissot. And Steve Sir gets the score off the glass. Mr. Bulletproof, no. Leafers got his team off to a hot start. Oh my goodness! Look at the move in the groove! As Mr. Bulletproof is down, he took a shot in the net. But Linklater out here showing out. And it's all right. But meantime, Bullet is down. He's holding his neck.
Partner, Nike, global sponsor, Wilson, and of course the official time.
And getting up slowly. Take another look at the between the legs, behind the back by Linklater. Misses the layup, but Leafers is there for the follow. And you also see where Dusan went down.
7-6.
So Bullet is going to
Saskatoon leads.
check out of the game, kind of shake that off as Saskatoon leads it by 1. And Savage on the move like the lease is up and drops it off to Sub-Zero for the easy score. Ties it up at 7 apiece. Here's Linklater trying to set something up against the Maestro to get it to Brudell. Brudell bumping and banging with Savage. He fades away. Kevin Hart short on the shot. Savage pull up from the wing. Rattles off Sub-Zero though. Great recovery, but he couldn't get the layup to go down. It would have been a big and one opportunity for him had he made it, but instead he's going to shoot 1 free throw.
TV timeout.
And we're starting to see the sprinklers coming in now.
Saskatoon, maybe we should give out some hashtag Saskatoon insurance.
And play is going to have to be stopped. As anticipated, it came in a little quicker than what we anticipated. So with the game knotted at 7 apiece in our first semifinal, we're going to have a rain delay. And that's in the best interest of the players. We want to protect their safety first and foremost. And so obviously don't want anybody slipping on the court due to the rain.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're ready to resume. Novi Sad shooting one.
There we go. All right, we're back to action after a brief hiatus due to the rain. Novi Sad Saskatoon in our first semifinal. #1 ranked team in the world against #9. And Steve Serge got reservations for 2. Excuse me. As the local favorites have reassumed the lead 9-8. This was a close game, obviously 7-7 when we had to take a break for rain, but now that the skies are clear, so is the pathway to continue this game. Two teams that are no strangers to each other. Novi Sad beating Saskatoon in the Istanbul quarterfinals in 2013, as well as the Tokyo World Tour final in 2014. And team foul number 3 picked up on Saskatoon as Savage is slow to get up.
Slow to get up, but he is up.
Another look, and yeah, $30,000 on the line, as you know, to the winner, not of this game, but of the Masters itself. But this will determine who will be getting that first spot in the final here in Saskatoon. Savage missed it point. Oh, and Dusan Bullet blows a layup. And you just rarely see that. No defense or nothing. And he just missed it. So it stays a 1-point advantage for Saskatoon. Michael Linklater. Misses the layup. Brudell, though, recovers it and scores. Savage's pass is tipped. Heads up defensive play by Brudell. Sir, just off the front of the rim. And then Mike Stortovich is called for the foul.
The Maestro not happy with the call, but it is the floor.
And the Maestro will check out, cool off a little bit. He was not happy with the call. It's team foul number 4 on Novi Sad. Approaching the midway mark. As Leafers got the team off to a hot start, couple of dunks to open the game for Saskatoon. Scored their first 3 points, and he scores yet again on the inside to make it a 3-point game. Check that, a 2-point game. Novi Sad does that so well. Just when the opposition starts to get a little momentum, they'll hit you with a quick score. Instead of letting that lead balloon, they're so smart in the way they approach the game. But talking to Michael Linklater yesterday, he says that Saskatoon has also developed a really good grasp for how to play this 3x3 game. And you can tell in the way they played, not only here, but in the national competitions as well. Made it all the way to the quarterfinals at the World Cup in the Philippines last month. And Mike Stortovich, string music. He sprays them from the corner to tie it up at 11 apiece.
Clock sits at 8 seconds. Saskatoon basketball.
Saskatoon rock. Sir to Linklater. Linklater sees an opening. Hangs, but he couldn't hit. And also tried to save it, but he couldn't do that. So it'll be out of bounds to Team Novi Sad. 2-time World Tour winners. You hear the Novi Sad chants beginning as they got their own cheering section. Oh, beautiful dime, Savage to the maestro. Oh, and then Linklater with a nice entry pass.
3 second
3 seconds called on Brudell. Brudell said, I was getting pushed. Got to get the shot up. 12-second shot clocks, 10-minute games. First to 21 wins it. You know how it goes down, 3x3. The 7th edition of the World Tour. And it's Maestro, two-piece, no biscuit, as Novi Sad leads it 14-11. Steve Sir has it go off of his foot. Ball back over to the guys in green. We get another break in the action.
All right, you got some prizes to give away.
Novi Sad has responded and jumped back out front. 14-11. 4 fouls on Novi Sad, 3 on Saskatoon, 3:50 to play in our first semifinal. Our second semifinal will have another Serbian team, Liman Tesla against a surprising Winnipeg team that shocked the reigning champs Zamoon in our last quarterfinal of the day. The Maestro kicks it. Savage, Sir a little slow to get out on him. And Savage makes him pay. Drops him off like the first day of school as Novi Sad leads it 16-11 now. And a jump ball forced by Sub-Zero. Maestro and Leapers having some words as well.
3:32
Just getting tested.
Let's hear you out there. It's only 5 points, Saskatoon.
Linklater fighting through the screen, but Novi Sad, the precision on the passes beats the good D almost every time. Steve Sir, this would be a good time for him to wake up for Saskatoon with Novi Sad within 4 points of winning this game. Saskatoon made it all the way to the final here in the inaugural Saskatoon Masters last year. And their spot in the final very much in jeopardy now against the top-ranked team in the world. With 3 minutes to play and a 17-11 deficit. Linklater fighting his heart out. Couldn't save the possession for Team Saskatoon. Linklater needs a breather. So Saskatoon's going big. They won't have the shot creation by Linklater on the court. Oh, beautiful feed. Two-man game work to perfection. Savage and Sub-Zero is 18-11.
That's a 16th foul on Novi Sad. And so that means bonus 1 will be in effect from here on out. Any subsequent Novi Sad foul will be 2 shots for Team Saskatoon.
So Novi Sad, 6 fouls, no more to give. Saskatoon be smart to put some pressure on them here. Force a foul call, stop the clock, and get to the free throw line. As Leapers, big boys, Savage underneath. And gets his team within 6. Sir whistle for the foul, and that's now 5 on Saskatoon. 2 minutes and 36 seconds left.
Shot. Free throw awarded. So they'll sub Savage back in. And he'll shoot 1.
Number 2 ranked player in the world, Marco Savage. Knocking it down. 19-12, Novi Sad within a possession of moving on to yet another final. This is a team that struggled in the challengers so far this summer, coming up empty 0-5 in their 5 tries. Had a lot of people doubting them heading into the World Cup last month, but they managed to win their 4th gold medal, one that Dushan Bullet guaranteed. As Steve Sir Manages to knock down the first free throw. Sir on the second now. Splash. 14-19. Saskatoon's going to have to guard the two-point arc. That is not the way you want to do it. As the maestro long on the two. He's going to get another look. Bullet passes it up. Drives, kicks, Sub-Zero falling out of bounds. Touches nothing. 2 minutes left in the game. Sir lost it out of bounds. I think it's whistle Saskatoon ball.
We can't have a challenge because we're not inside of 2 minutes. And so the referee's decision shall be final Saskatoon basketball.
Oh, Dusan.
And it's green this time.
With the near thievery.
2:04 to go.
Novi Sad didn't get the possession initially, and thanks to Dusan, they end up with it anyway. And oh my goodness, Savage putting that one through a pin needle hole. Saskatoon within 5, but this could end it. Steve Sir forced the foul. Dusan Bullet. It'll put him on the free throw line. And Mr. Bulletproof could end it here for Saskatoon, here in front of the home crowd. Bullet, ball, game. Dusan gets it done at the stripe in a hard-fought semifinal. But they reach the 21-point mark, and they take it by 6.